Greetings, fellow candle fans. My name is Andrea. Welcome to Candle Chatter. I'm going to apologize ahead of time if you hear any rustling. I do have notes here that I'm looking at. I mentioned in a previous video that I'm a little bit on the struggle bus with back pain, and I'm afraid the pain relief the doctor prescribed is making me a little bit loopy. Okay, well, loopier than normal. So I wrote myself some notes and some bullet points to stay on track. Taking center stage today is Fall Gathering from Carmel Sundays. I have it here in the 22-ounce apothecary size jar. And the candle stand it's on is a Bath & Body Works stand from last year that I purchased on eBay. For those who may not be familiar with Carmel Sundays, they're a small business based in Monroe, Georgia, creating 100% soy wax candles with cotton wicks. All their candles are phthalate-free, paraben-free, and made without ingredients that emit toxins into our homes, which is something I know that we all want in our candles. I purchased Fall Gathering during the July restock, and while this isn't a new fragrance for Carmel Sundays, it is a new fragrance to me. And since it will be returning in the 40-ounce 4-wick vessel for the August restock taking place, I believe, on the 23rd of August at 7 p.m. Central Time, I thought this would be the perfect time to review it for anyone who hasn't tried it before and might be considering picking it up. Just a spoiler alert, for me personally, this fragrance is 4-wick worthy, and I don't say that about too many scents. For the most part, I'm happy with the 2-wick apothecary style. I have an 1,800, well, I don't have an 1,800 square foot home. It's larger than that. But the living area, the area that we usually spend most of our time in is on the first floor, and it's 1,800 square feet. We do have a finished second floor, but honestly, we don't go down there too often. Scent notes on this one are: the top is peach, spice, and warmth. The middle is berries and cinnamon. The bottom is clove and spice. On cold sniff, even though the peach is listed as a top note, I get more of a very bright berry note. That's what's most pronounced to my nose. I actually detect very little spice or warmth at all on cold sniff. However, once Fall Gathering is burning, it does remain very fruit forward. That bright berry note is still what I notice first and foremost. To my nose, it smells like cranberry, perhaps mixed with a bit of blackberry. These aren't the kinds of berries that make me think of early summer, like blueberries, strawberries, or even cherries, for example. Instead, they remind me of the richer, deeper berries that you find more towards the end of summer, as I said, like blackberries and, of course, cranberries, which we use for cooking Thanksgiving dinner. I also detect the peach, but this is a very ripe peach. It's not the son of a peach that's still ripening on the tree. This is a peach that has been picked. He's been sitting with his little buddies in a bushel basket, waiting to be made into jam or maybe stored in your root cellar. Just kidding. Or maybe stored on a shelf somewhere for the winter. So it's a very ripe, rich peach. There is also an apple note in here that I can detect, but it isn't as prominent in any way as the peach. In my opinion, the apple simply adds a mellow sweetness to the overall fragrance. Now, although I personally enjoy clove, I know it can be a really polarizing note, and some of you don't care for it. If you are someone who doesn't care for clove, don't let you scare that away from fall gathering. I don't get a strong, distinct clove note. I'm not really sure it's just that it is clove. Instead, I think it's clove that's working with other spices like cinnamon and maybe a little nutmeg to add a cozy warmth to all of those beautiful fruit notes that are in fall gathering. I really want to emphasize that fall gathering, it is not a spicy scent. It's bright, it's fruity, it's warm, it's cozy, and surprisingly, it's refreshing for a fall scent. If you're finished burning your traditional summer fragrances, but you're not quite ready to dive headfirst into heavy pumpkin and spice scents, I think fall gathering, honestly, is absolutely perfect for the transitional months of August and September. It isn't spice heavy, as I said before. It isn't cloying. There's something about the combination of ripe fruit and cozy warmth that makes it feel like late summer that's slowly giving way to fall. It's an Augtober fragrance. I can also see myself burning this one thing around Thanksgiving time. I think it would smell absolutely beautiful, mingling with the aromas of roasted turkey and dressing coming from the kitchen. I'm planning to purchase the family recipe this month, and I am really curious to see if the two fragrances, Fall Gathering and the family recipe, will pair together. I have a feeling they would make the perfect Thanksgiving dinner combination, but we will see when hopefully I'll be able to snag the family recipe and we'll see how that goes. Let's talk a little bit now about strength and throw. Strength and throw have both been great for me. I would put it at around a 7 out of 10. Now, that happens to me by personal sweet spot. If this is burning right now, I'm filming this in my entryway, and this is throwing all the way back to the front of the house where or I should say forward to the front of the house where open concept living area is. It's throwing into my office slash studio space and into the dining room, which is also in the area. Now, if you prefer something stronger, then I would definitely suggest considering a 4-wick and purchasing it during the August restock. Although truthfully, I enjoy fall gathering so much that if Carmel Sundays offered it in a 5-wick, I would consider it worthy of that vessel too. I didn't look to see if they were offering it in a 5-wick, but I don't believe so. Let's talk about burn performance. As you can see, this has been a really nice, clean burn. Beautiful wax pool. I haven't experienced sooting, large carbon balls, or curly wicks. I'm simply getting a beautiful wax pool and a nice worry-free burn, which is exactly what I and everyone else wants from a candle. So what are my final thoughts on fall gathering? Well, just in case you can't tell by now, I'm a fan. This one is a huge love for me, and it's a fragrance I can see myself purchasing every year. Not only do I enjoy it on its own, but I think it has so much potential for blending. I can imagine pairing it with everything excuse me, let's get those words out. I can imagine pairing it with everything from a pumpkin forward scent to something that's very spice heavy. It gives you that beautiful transition into autumn without making you feel like you skip straight ahead to October and all its heavy pumpkin forward spicy fragrances. I heartily recommend this fragrance and I give it an enthusiastic thumbs up, in case you haven't figured that out already. If you enjoyed this video, I would appreciate it if you'd give it a like. I'd love it if you'd consider subscribing to the channel and joining the Candle Chat family. If you already have fall gathering, let me know in the comments what you think of it. Is this a like for you, or is it a it's okay kind of thing? I'd especially love to know what notes stand out to you the most. What does your nose pick up? Does it pick up on apple? Does it pick up on the peaches? And what the heck kind of berry do you think is in here? That's all, my friends. Until next time, please take care of yourselves. Bye.